We all need to believe that there is meaning, beauty, magic in the world. And as kids, we do. But as we grow up, it's lost in us somewhere along the way. So I hope to chase it down before it's lost in me too. My name is William Cross, and I'm a documentary filmmaker. And I have come here to Flagstaff, Arizona because I have found an artist that has got my interest. His name is Malcolm West. And I'm hesitant to let myself say this, but I think he might be something special. Hi. I'm William Cross. I'm here to make the documentary about you.
Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. You can go.
Wait, what? I thought we talked on the phone. Are you serious? I came all the way from New York. What do you expect me to do?
Hand me that brush.
Look, I told you I'm not...
Not that one. Roxanne.
Why don't you keep your paints and brushes within arm's reach? Look, I know you're busy, but this is a chance for your art to be seen by the world. I'm very intrigued by your work. I saw your giant heads piece. It was like this mixture between, Tchaikovsky and Picasso, and with like this like twist of Dadaism. Anyway, you at least have to tell me, why did you change your mind? We're not leaving until you do.
Because this is simply not going to work.
What do you mean?
I was expecting a budget of no less than $50 million.
No documentary in history has ever had that kind of a budget.
So you see, I guess it can't be done. That's really a shame. I was so looking forward to it.
The money we have should be fine.
I was also expecting a crew of at least 80 people. Makeup, wardrobe, cranes, flyover drone shots. None of which I presume you have.
No, we don't, but...
So, then I guess that...
those things would only distract from the telling of your story. 2 cameras and a boom mic should be more than enough.
I need craft services, a driver to take me to and from the set.
This is the set.
A full-service manservant named Laurent to tote on my every whimsical need. This film simply cannot be made up to standards without these things.
Mr. West, frankly, your demands are absurd. You knew what this was when we agreed to it. I don't understand.
Okay, look. I've dealt with you people before. You're just fools with cameras who can't understand or appreciate what I do. My story has to be told right. And now that I see you here in front of me, I don't think you're the person to do it.
You know, I really hoped we get to capture you making your masterpiece. I can't go back empty-handed. So there's this Chinese folktale about a man who wishes to train with a legendary martial arts master. Right? As the tale goes, the man begs the master to take him on as an apprentice, but the master refuses. So the man waits on the master's doorstep for 3 days without eating or sleeping. Finally, impressed with his dedication, the master takes the man on as his apprentice. That's what I have to do.
You think that's a good idea?
I don't know. If Malcolm is the genius I think he is, I have to earn his respect. This is a challenge, and I have to rise to it. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we should call it quits.
Will,
Yeah?
you really like the giant heads?
Yeah, I thought they were great.
All right. Let's do this. Will, look at me. If we're going to do this, I need someone who can capture this, all of this. The vision, the beauty, the pain, the obsession. Can you do that?
Yes, I think so.
That's not good enough. I need commitment, focus, drive. A man willing to do anything to achieve his goals. Willing to kill a person if he has to.
Well, I don't think I'd be willing
Will
to.
you dedicate yourself to the capture of everything that I am and everything that I could be? My virtues, my vanities. Are you that man, Will?
Yes. Yes, we're gonna make something great together. I'm going to capture you making your masterpiece.
Good. We're about to embark on a spirit journey together.
Okay.
And we have to do the ritual to begin it properly.
The ritual?
Our formal selves have met, but now our primal selves must meet. Do it with me. Good. Put your arms on my shoulders. Yes. Louder, Will. Run with me. Through the fields of eternity. Let out the animal, Will. Now yell. Yell into my face, Will. Good. Good. Let's begin. And Will, I'm trusting you. It's our second day here in Flagstaff, and we have come back to Malcolm's apartment to see what he's decided to work on. I must say, I'm very excited. I can't wait to see it. If all goes well, then today will be the day that we get what we came here for.
Today's the day! What are you doing?
I did it! I know what my masterpiece is destined to be.
That's great. What is it supposed to be?
I'm glad you asked. I'm going to write the great American novel.
That's great! Yeah, someone needs to take it out of the hands of
For the
trans-
blind.
For the blind?
Exactly. I'm going to weave a narrative that can only be truly understood and appreciated with a touch of the human hand.
What? Do you mean like with Braille?
No. The blind are God's chosen people.
What?
And they deserve something better than that bumpy peasant filth.
I'm still not following you.
I'm going to write a novel that is truly for blind people, that captures what it means to be blind.
Okay.
But first I need to do research. Before I can start writing, I need to understand what it truly means to be blind.
Uh-huh.
I must live as God's children do.
By wearing dark sunglasses?
You're right. It's not enough. Oh. Oh, yes. I'm connecting with the tactile dimension like never before. Oh,
I've never seen like this before. It's almost like it's right there in front of me. I need to get outside. That is not outside. This building, it's seen so much. War, disease, famine, destruction, the rise and fall of empires. What secrets lay here, within these bricks? Will, write this down. Rough, smooth, rough, smooth. Sticky.
What part of the novel is that?
You wouldn't understand. It isn't meant for you. Dude. Huh. I was chosen to carry this burden by God. Infuse me with your stories.
Wait, where did your clothes go?
I need to go deeper.
I just don't get it. I just don't know how this all is adding up to a novel about blind people. But you know who might? A blind person. I mean, who better to help Malcolm with researching the blind experience? You know, maybe it isn't enough for me to just seek out the magic in the world. Maybe I need to take part in creating it. I need to make some calls.
Not deep enough.
Malcolm, I think I have exactly what you need. I invited a blind person over to help you out with your research.
One of God's children is coming here.
Yeah. In fact, she should be here. Olivia, thanks for coming.
Hi, Malcolm. It's nice to meet you. I'm Olivia.
No, Olivia. It's an honor to meet you. Should we start by touching each other's faces?
No. Blind people don't do that.
No, it's okay. You can trust me with your rituals. You can let me into your world.
What are you talking about?
It's because Will's here, isn't it? Will, turn around. The world of the blind is off limits to sighted people.
No, Will. You don't have to turn around. What are you doing? Blind people aren't like that.
Look, Olivia. If this is going to work, you're going to have to trust me.
Is this a pair of sunglasses?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. My dedication is pure.
Have you been walking around with the blindfold and sunglasses on, thinking that'll tell you what it's like to be blind?
I've lived as you do. We're bloodkin now.
Bloodkin?
I've chosen to take on this suffering so I can help your people with my art.
How dare you think you're qualified to speak on my behalf? A real artist would know that it takes more than 2 days to really understand a person, let alone an entire community.
Guys, please. I think we just got off on the wrong foot. Olivia, I think Malcolm just wants to understand.
One of God's children can never be so uncharitable and unwelcoming.
Blind people are a diverse group.
What would you know about being blind?
I am blind!
Blindness is in the heart, not the eyes. You're not a true blind person.
And you are?
I'm more blind than you.
I've been blind my entire life. You have no idea what that's put me through.
I may have only been blind for 2 days, but you haven't seen the things I haven't seen.
Malcolm, what are you doing?
That's it. I'm leaving. Fuck you, fuck your novel, and fuck you too, Will. You have no idea what it's like to be blind. And you never will. children. What the fuck?
You know what? Olivia has a point. The way that you're going about this research isn't amounting to anything. Why don't you just forget it and start writing? It's okay to write about something you haven't personally experienced. That's what writers do.
No. No, this has to be perfect. I know what I have to do.
Well, it's not going to be perfect if you don't start. You know, I'm beginning to think that all this research is just procrastination. What are you doing with that?
Will, art is about sacrifice.
What are you planning on doing?
I have to do this. Focus.
You can't be
Focus.
serious.
Quiet.
Malcolm, don't be ridiculous.
Silence.
Look, I've followed you through all of the eccentric things that you've said and done since I've arrived, but this is just too far.
There's no such thing as too far. You want mediocrity? Go look outside. The world is full of people too afraid to commit to actually being or doing anything. It's the artist's job to see beyond all that, no matter what it takes, to see what isn't, but could be, to see greatness. Now, be quiet. I have to blind myself.
You know what I think? I think all this talk about rising above mediocrity to achieve greatness is just cover for the fact that you've been procrastinating because if you try and fail to make great art, then you must not be a great artist.
Will? Shut up! One. 2. 3. Now! Now! I'm going to do it now! Now! Now!
All right, I'm just gonna go. Call me if you decide to mutilate yourself. All right then.
Now!
It's now 6 hours later. And he still hasn't moved.
Now! Oh, shit.
Well, the doctors say you were badly burned, but luckily your eyesight wasn't damaged.
Damn it. All right, Will, that was a minor setback, and I think I've been going about this all wrong. Now, there's a rare species of orchid that only blooms in Tibet on the eastern side of the Himalayas. The monks there brew it into a salve that they use for their meditation practices. It's said to induce temporary blindness for 2 months. They say it's the darkest darkness you could possibly experience. A blind man who once took it said it somehow made him more blind. Now, it has to be taken to the right monks because if it's brewed incorrectly, instead of 2 months of temporary blindness, it induces 2 months of auditory hallucinations and profuse internal bleeding. Now, there's a team out of Switzerland who will do it right, but they cost $15,000. We'll have to dip into your savings account. You'll have to take a second job, but it should only take us 4 months at the most to raise the funds. After the week-long brewing process, the monks will ship them back to us, at which point they may get held up in customs, as they are, after all, highly illegal. And if that happens, Will, I don't know you don't know me, and neither of us has ever pretended to be blind. We'll have to be prepared to flee the country immediately, so you need to be ready to abandon your life and escape to Venezuela within 8 hours. Afterwards, Will, what are you doing? Start making calls. Look, I know you don't trust the Swiss, but... Okay, if you can find someone in your New York connections who can do it cheaper. The point is, I need to get started writing this novel.
I'm going back to New York. My flight leaves tomorrow.
We spirit bonded, Will. You screamed into my face.
I'm sorry. But this just isn't what I hoped it would be. Isaac, come on. Get in. Did you guys leave some equipment over at Malcolm's apartment? Where's the gear?
There's no gear. Look, I know. It was the only way I knew how to get you back here. Please, just give me 2 minutes. Look, I know my creative process can be a little eccentric. But I wanted you to know that I did it. I wrote it.
You wrote a novel.
Look, I know this doesn't change anything. You're still going to go back to New York, go on with your life, make other documentaries. But I just wanted you to have this so you knew your time with me wasn't wasted.
So this is the great American novel for the blind.
I realized that part of being blind is missing out on so much of life. I've written a novel that no blind person will ever be able to read. And in doing so, captured the blind experience.
So you just wrote a regular novel?
To you, maybe. Wait,
What?
give it to your blind friends.
You know, I came here looking for the magic in this world. Maybe this isn't where I find it.
I need to create something real. Something beautiful. And terrible. And disgusting. And perfect. Oh,
Didn't expect you guys to come back here.
I was going to leave last night, but then I read your book. It was incredible.
You read it.
Yeah.
and you liked it?
Yeah.
No!
Wait, what?
It's supposed to be moving to blind people, not sighted people. I've missed the mark entirely.
Malcolm, you can't be serious. You've made something amazing here. I mean, look, I know some people. I could make some calls,
No.
send it to a publisher.
No. This is garbage. No one can ever read that. The masterpiece continues to elude me. And Will?
Yeah?
Come back tomorrow?
Okay.
One more thing.
The reason I keep my paints and paintbrushes so far apart is it forces me to struggle, which is what all great art is born from. Also, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Roxanne don't really get along, so they have to be separated.
So, it looks like I'll be staying in Flagstaff a little longer. Over a lifetime of being disappointed in people, you become cynical. And you suppress the part of yourself that still yearns for something special, for fear of it being crushed and disappearing altogether. All the times I've doubted him over the last several days, because of my cynicism, I almost left and ruined everything. It's time to start believing again. Something special may come of this trip yet.